You're not healing, you're concealing, baby. And the ways that you know that you're not truly healing, but you are concealing, is you're not actually trying to dig into the deeper issues that are causing you pain or discomfort. Also, you're keeping yourself busy, hobbies, work, you're staying under somebody, you're smoking something new, you're drinking something to numb the pain, you're diving into your studies to help you avoid the issues that you're actually facing. Or maybe it's something more surface level. Maybe you're having more of those surface level fixes, like these self help quotes that you see across the internet or these quick reels. Maybe you're doing things just to appear. It seems like the healing is kind of performative. You're trying to appear to be okay rather than actually being okay. You continue to put on this facade like you have it all together. You also keep blaming other people for what they have done to you or their role in your lack of healing or their role in your pain rather than you actually saying, you know what, this is my part in it as well. You're still operating in that victim mindset, or maybe you're trying to constantly control the environment. Instead of actually navigating the pain and the problems that you have and what it is that you need to heal from, you feel as though if I just control the environment, then it gives me this false sense of healing. That's not healing. That's concealing. If you keep feeling stuck and you keep seeing that you're falling in the same cycle, same people, same behavioral patterns, same tendencies, guess what? You're truly not healing in the way that is going to be beneficial for you or even the people who are around you. So now I need you to really start honing in. I know healing is not always comfortable. I completely understand. But the more you conceal, the less you reveal. The more you conceal these issues, the less you're actually able to see where the problems are and what it is that you actually need to heal through. Okay. So I encourage you all to actually do the healing. Stop looking for quick fixes, baby. All right. Bye, babies.
So let me ask you something. How long have you been healing? No, really, how many years? 3, 5, 7? How many therapy sessions? How many journals? How many courses on boundaries and self-love and inner child work? And here's the real question. What has actually changed your life? Because I'm noticing something with a lot of women that they've been in a healing phase for far too long. They've been in a healing phase for so long that healing has become the excuse not to move. You're not healing anymore, you're stalling. And I know that sounds harsh, but hear me out. There's a season where healing is absolutely necessary, right? You go through something traumatic, something painful, and you need time to process it. You need therapy. You need rest. You need to understand what happened to you so it doesn't happen again. And I get that. I've been there. But there comes a point where you have to ask yourself, am I still healing or am I hiding? Because some of y'all have been working on yourselves for half a decade and you're in the same exact position you were when you started. Same job, same situation, same excuses, same fear. The only difference is now you have the language for why you're stuck. You can explain your attachment style. You can name your trauma responses. You can talk about your triggers and your boundaries and your healing journey, but you still haven't made a decision. You still haven't left. You still haven't started. You still haven't chosen yourself. Why? Because you're using healing as a shield. And let me tell you what I see happening. Women will spend years in therapy unpacking their childhood, their relationships, their wounds, and then they'll say, I'm not ready yet, I'm still healing. But not ready for what? Not ready to leave your job that's draining you? Not ready to walk away from the man who's not choosing you? Not ready to start the business you've been talking about starting for 3 years? At what point does I'm still healing become I'm too scared to move? Here's what I want women to understand. Healing is not supposed to keep you stuck. Healing is supposed to prepare you to take your power back and move you to the next phase. But if all you're doing is processing and never acting, you're not healing, you're stalling. And the problem with stalling is that it costs you. It costs you time. It costs you opportunity. It costs you your autonomy. Because autonomy is not something you get when you feel ready. Autonomy is something you practice by making decisions, even when you're scared. I've worked with a lot of women in my coaching sessions, and I can tell you right now, the women who are actually living autonomous lives, the women who have their own money, their own peace, their own power, they didn't wait until they were fully healed or fully ready to start making moves. No, they started making moves while they were still healing. They got the job while they were still in therapy. They left their relationship while they were still figuring themselves out. They built the business while they were still figuring out the next step, because they understood something that a lot of women don't understand yet. You don't heal your way into autonomy. You decide your way into autonomy. And every day you spend not ready yet is another day you are giving your power away to your past. Now, I'm not saying don't go to therapy. I'm not saying don't process your trauma. Do that. I will always promote therapy because I've needed it when two very significant people in my life passed away. I needed it to help me move forward after the trauma of an emotionally abusive relationship with a covert narcissist. And therapy is what got me together. But there will come a point where you have to get back into the real world and live your life. And that's what I chose to do. But don't let healing become your entire identity. Don't let I'm on a healing journey become the reason you never do anything uncomfortable, right? Don't let self-awareness replace self-accountability. Because here's what nobody's telling you. You can be healed and stuck. You can understand yourself perfectly and still be in the same cycle. Healing without action is just expensive self-awareness. And time is expensive, right? So let me ask you this. What decision have you been avoiding because you're still healing? What move have you been putting off because you're not ready yet? What part of your life are you tolerating because you're waiting to feel confident enough, clear enough, healed enough? Because I'm going to tell you something, that day is not coming. You are never going to wake up one morning and feel 100% ready. You're never going to feel like you've done enough work to deserve the life that you want. That's not how it works. Autonomy doesn't wait for you to be ready. Autonomy is something that you claim right now. That awareness you have with the fear you have, with the wounds you still carry, you decide and then you move. And one of my rules in my woman code is this: if something doesn't move me closer to my autonomy, it doesn't get access to me. That includes healing practices that keep me comfortable but don't actually change my life. Because here's the reality: every day you spend in the healing phase is a day you're not in the leading phase. And the leading phase is where your autonomy lives. That's where your power is. That's where your freedom is. Not in understanding why you are the way you are, but in deciding who you're going to be and moving forward. So if you've been healing for years and nothing's changed, it's time to ask yourself why. Are you healing or are you hiding? Are you processing or are you procrastinating? Are you protecting yourself or are you playing small? Because the woman you're becoming doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs you to be decisive. She needs you to stop stalling and start leading your own life. And if you feel called to embody the next phase after your healing journey, then join the Women Code waitlist listed in the description box below. And before you go, please like and hype up the video. Comment 1111 down below if you watched to the end. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.